going on, chat? Long time no see, man. What is up? What's up, guys? For real, man. If I had like enough time here, I would yap it away, and I'm gonna just yap it away for a little bit while I can. Man, my life's changed so much, bro. I mean it. Like, I thought it's been 2 years. It's only been 9 months, which is crazy. Because a lot has happened in those 9 months, bro. And those 9 months were definitely dragged out. It's true what they say. Like, when you're staring at the clock, time moves slower, especially when you're in tough situations that are very heavy. That clock goes super slow, bro. Like, I mean it. So a lot has happened. I left to Washington, ended up coming back like 2 months later after the fact, like this year, because I've gone like every year. But this time was the time where like everything went sour and I had to come back, bro. Like the first day of me being back, I was in this crazy ass car accident. I lost everything, lost the whip. I was back broke as fuck. I had to climb back up from the bottom again, and I repeated the cycle like 5 years in a row, So I was like, fuck, bro, not again. Like this time I cannot let this keep happening. I got to change the cycle. I got to overcome this, and I did. Like, it took a while, guys, but I did. Like, I'm in this new car I'm just literally coming out of the gym right now, and shit's crazy. Like, I mean it. I've changed so much though, like especially when it comes to self-love, which is the biggest thing I'm on now, is learning to have self-love, self-acceptance, and healing my nervous system from any, you could say, trauma and inconsistencies that I have within myself, because it has not been easy. It wasn't easy, to get to the point I am now. It definitely wasn't easy. It was pretty crazy. Like, it took a while for me to get to this level that I'm at now, especially like losing everything. Like, my body was also kind of aching from the car crash, and a lot of stuff happened, chat. Like, not even trying to be funny, like dead ass. And definitely the biggest thing I've been on is learning to love myself again, and literally my nervous system. That's the biggest thing, learning to heal my inner child and healing my nervous system, and evolving from who I once was to who I'm now becoming. And it's true what they say, bro. When you're an architect and you're starting to build your life, bro, it's not, you just don't automatically build a skyscraper. Like, it starts like with a foundation, then you lay the brick, then you do whatever, so it's like, I felt like I'm creating the foundation right now, but I want the foundation to be way more stable than it is. Like, especially because I'm literally I learned to hold my own weight. Now I'm learning to push with my own weight, So it's like just different, especially where I am at currently in life. Like, there's so much things that I wish I could say, bro. Like, the biggest thing is learning to not be so anxious, and learning to have full control of my energy, especially with being open and feeling like I am unapproachable. So like, I think people, when they like in public, like when I'm in a public server, like whenever I'm like out and about, or even at work, I feel like I'm a very unapproachable person, like dead ass, bro. Like, I feel like sometimes I probably have like a resting mean face, how girls be all got a resting bitch face. I feel like sometimes I be having like that, like a resting mean face sometimes, or but the whole time I'm like really, really chill, like and I'm feeling cool and all that, and then the whole time people probably just think I'm a mean person, or like I just seem very unapproachable, and I really want to change that, especially with like, I want to seem more approachable. I have all these face tats too, chat, but they suit me good because I watched myself grow with my ink, and that's like, I wasn't just a person that as soon as I turned 18 I got tatted. Like, I've been had them for a long time. So like, just watching how I changed to the man I am now and I am becoming with my ink on me, like, I did notice that it only attracts the real people though. Like, anybody who's like very mundane, very like, I don't know how to explain, just not real, like people with no depth, they don't enter my life. Like, I've had even interactions recently after I completed y'all need to search this up, it's called Sage Saudi. But if you're a Capricorn moon or you're an Aquarius sun, you automatically go through this. But long story short, after I completed those tough years of my life and I like got where I am at now, like, I did start noticing that like I was having way more social interactions, like randomly, even though I still kind of feel alone, and I'm trying to like overcome it to where I feel comfortable approaching people and people feel comfortable approaching me, because I know I'm a really cool person, and I want people to see that too. But when you're this deep of a soul, it goes like this. There's a saying, is sometimes angels make themselves look like demons to ward off evil, and it's true, Like, and it goes even deeper too, because like, if you want to go to the psychology of it, is that deep down you have a very pure heart, that it could sometimes be like, since your heart is that deep and it's that deep, it's vulnerable, because it's like you're a strong person, and this is that one part of you that is vulnerable, where if you let someone in too close and they damage that, it could be something really hard for you to repair. You know, it's a very vulnerable part of you. So what ends up happening is your exterior becomes very, very strong and very more you just don't look that approachable. That, or you start hitting the gym workout and you get really muscular, very toned, like it looks like you have like a shield on you. Does that make sense? For example, I have face tats, not just random people approaching me, you know, like on some crazy shit. Like it's always like a very respectful interaction whenever they do. But I say that to say this: if it wasn't for this, anybody would have been comfortable just walking up to me, and then it could have been anybody that would have been let into my presence and stuff like that. Anyway, I say this: the point of saying sometimes angels make themselves look like demons to ward off evil is because evil being something that hurts your vulnerability, you know. So sometimes you gotta look a little meaner, ward off the fake. You know, the fake gonna flake and the real gonna stay. Look at my little plushie back there. But yeah, chat, like, bro, it's been crazy. It's been a really wild ride. Like, I'm literally getting out the gym. I've been working 5 days a week, which is I've been doing for a long time. I only took like a real one break off, and then like I was back on it. And this time it's crazy. Like I said, I moved out to a way more wealthier part of town, and I mean, it's cool because I guess I see more wealthier things out and about. But bro, like, I still have my own insecurities that I'm healing for sure, especially with like not letting things I want slip away, you know, or not fighting for the things I want, you know, for real. Don't get me wrong, like, I do crave human interaction. It's not fun living isolated and alone for a long time, because it teaches you, it creates it makes you feel uneasy in social interactions, like, and you don't ever feel it until you like actually in one, bro. Like when I left to Washington, man, shout out to my boy V, bro. He may not ever see this shit, but shout out to V, bro. When I went to Washington, I posted a TikTok. I was like, hey, new out here, and I talk about Washington State. So I was in Vancouver, Washington. So I had posted a TikTok, hey, I need new friends. I just moved out here from Dallas, like, you know, from Dallas and Memphis, you know, I need friends. So bam. Some people did hit me up, bro. Some people just stunned, but this one dude, he was not stunning. He drove an hour away from like somewhere in Oregon, from like Gresham, I think, and to pull up all the way. He pulled up all the way to me, bro. 1 hour away in Vancouver, and he was not stunning. He pulled up, and bro, we kicked it. He was real cool, real chill dude, bro. Like for real, real cool dude, bro. I mean that shit. Anyway, he brought me around his people. He took me to like a car show, which was cool, you know, because, you know, I was out there already lonely as hell, like, you know, just stuck inside my crib for most of the time. Like, I didn't really interact with people. And the people over there, they're a little way more reserved and not as friendly as Texas is. Like, friendly as in, like, they're like, if you're walking by you and you wait to someone, you know, hey, how you doing? Or they'll do it to you. You know, like, it's just how Texas is. Like, it's, you know, you have Texas hospitality, man. It's real. But anyway, I noticed when he brought me around some of his friends over there, I started feeling like off. Like, I didn't feel like social. I felt like uncomfortable, kind of. And I didn't know why. I thought I was feeling homesick at first. But as time passed and I dwelled out, it hit me. I've been isolated for what, like 8 years of my life. Like, no, zero interaction, zero friends. Even now, I only got like even 2 friends. And even then, I barely see them like ever, you know? Like, so it's like, I was always very isolated and very alone for a very long time. And I noticed the effects that had on my psyche. Like, I truly did. Like, and I didn't start noticing that till now, because I'm at this new job, and even talking to people there, sometimes I'll be feeling like off. Like, I don't know what to say, or like, oh, are they perceiving me weird? Like, I overthink a regular social interaction, you know. And then, oh shit, this dude flashes lights directly on me. But yeah, you know, and I no longer want to act like that. I definitely want to put any barrier that I may have, any social barrier or any like wall that I may have, I want to put that down. I want people to feel comfortable. Hold on, guys, I got this gum in my mouth. I'm moving around. Anyway, I want people to feel comfortable, like, approaching me, bro, like, dead ass, and starting convos. I want to have to, which I would say I'm confident, but I thought confident just meant looks. I still feel not as confident approaching women, like, feeling like myself fully, like, you know, because I did struggle with anxiety and anxiousness for like a long time, and like literally like the only times when, because healing comes in stages. First it's emotional, then it's physical, and if you really want to get deeper, then it's spiritual, you know. But the emotional side was healing all like the toxic boundaries I had. Well, I didn't have any boundaries, so I had to create emotional boundaries. You know, learning not to chase, learning to, you know, be high value and treating myself like that. Even though I really wanted to chase, I knew I couldn't because that person just felt like I was fighting for nothing. I don't even know how to explain it. But that was like last year. And then the second phase of that healing was me feeling more comfortable in my skin. And now this, like the physical part of it would be like approaching people, feeling comfortable with myself. Whereas then I would seek attention and gain people through the attention I got. Does that make sense? I don't know. But basically the whole point is now the lesson I'm learning is to feel comfortable in my skin, approaching people and talking to people and feeling comfortable with who I am and not overthinking anything. Like, it's so crazy because, like I said, search it up. Sage Saudi, bro. That will put you through it. Like, you will lose everything. Like, straight Saturn energy. No, boom. You're gonna go through it. But I overcame it and I passed it. And like, if I could make a whole hour-long YouTube video about that shit, I would. But it's like, nah, I ain't doing it, you know. But this is so crazy how it all played out. Like, and I mean it. Like, I truly mean it. Like, I hope this year for me. I don't even want to say hope. I'm banishing that word out of my vocabulary. Like, I will, and I am creating a beyond stable life, a very prosperous and abundant life for myself, because I'm learning to carry myself like a monarch, bro. We're all kings, bro, like that ass. So you got you know, when you a king, you just know, like, you could feel it, because you carry yourself a different way. You speak from here and not from here, you know. Every time you talk, there's a strong vibration, a strong energy attached to that. Your words aren't just meaningless, like, and that's when you carry yourself and talk that way as a king. You know, a lot of people here, they be gossiping around, talking just to talk, bro. Not talking about shit. But whenever you a real one, all your words carry some kind of weight to them. And that's why I feel like every interaction I've had this year with the strangers that I've met was always something positive. Like, even, you know, I'm not Christian or anything, but I have a deep respect for Christianity and religions, because, you know, don't let the spiritual people be like, oh man, all that shit, man, that shit for the birds. I feel like you're evil because you're not that spiritual because you worship Christ, all that shit. Like, don't listen to none of that shit, bro, because I'm a real spiritual soul and I'm a real tell you for real. I'm gonna tell you the real deal. Not everybody's gonna walk the same path as you. Some people have the same destination but a different path, you know. Everybody has their own lane, bro. And there's only conflict when the lanes try to merge onto each other and without any fucking reason and without even turning, using your turn signal. You know, it creates conflict, bro. You gotta know how to navigate. So I say this to say this. I met a lot of Christians, bro, and they were really cool like that. Sometimes they'll stop me and be like, hey, bro, because I have an ankh tatted on me. Hold on, let me see. I can show y'all. I have an ankh tatted on me, and I also have one on my face, but I cover it with makeup because it's a little crooked. I did that shit myself when I was like 17. And sometimes they'll stop me like, hey, bro, what does this cross mean to you? Or, you know, hey, bro, what does some of your tats mean to you? Or like, I have this Arabic one, and it says prosperity in Arabic. And, you know, we just talk like, yeah, bro, like, I'm just a spiritual soul, but, you know, I have a deep respect for all the good people from all parts of the world, all parts of the culture, and all religions. And they're like, yeah, damn, bro, yeah, you know, and I tell them, yeah, bro, what made you get closer to God? In what ways has your life improved? And then they'll be like, man, you know, boom, hour-long combo just right there, just from them, hearing them talk, telling me their experience, and then I tell them my experience along my spiritual path, because since I'm a sovereign soul, God. It's crazy because one of my close Christian friends told me this, and that's someone I knew he was really like, oh shit, he know his shit. He was like, I'm not a sovereign soul, but Jesus Christ is sovereign for me. And when he said that, I was like, damn, bro, I dapped him up. I'm like, bro, that's some real shit. And then he was like, but I see from your perspective as well, bro, because you're sovereign for yourself. So that means you have to learn to carry your own weight without, you know, any exterior force, any exterior power, any celestial power up there will fall in favor for you, because you're walking your own sovereign path without anything else. And he was, you know, it was all respect. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much